So our second engines are nearing. They're about a third of fuel left, so we'll be able to leave them behind soon. But it looks like we're nearing the 10-kilometer mark, so we can start making an orbital turn. Just a bit. Let's just go to 70 degrees here. I won't go too much, because we did not. This rocket is quite heavy, so it does not pick up speed that fast. But orbital turn at 10 kilometers is always a good idea. You don't want to do it too late because it wastes fuel. So as I found, 10-kilometer mark is pretty much the best way to do it. So our second pair of engines goes bye-bye, and this thing is rotating like crazy. So let me just quickly stop that and make more of an orbital turn. Go to 45 degrees. Oh god, this thing is rotating like crazy. Might put some RS. Oh my god, I did forget to put RCS thrusters on. I knew I forgot something. So there's no RCS thrusters on these things, which is not the worst thing, honestly, because all we need is just to put this thing into orbit. It does not need any fine adjustments, so it's gonna be fine. But it was quite a big mistake on my side. But it's fine, it's fine. If you would have forgot to put RCS thrusters on the second module, well, I can guarantee 99% it will be impossible to dock it. Well, at least for me. But this should be fine. So I think our station would be just fine at a 100-kilometer orbit. So let's get this to 100 kilometer. Our apoapsis, I can't speak English. Our apoapsis to 100 kilometers, and then we can start from there. When I hit about 700, I'll make more of an orbital turn. I don't want to do it too fast because I'm not going that fast, and I don't want to lose too much speed on the orbiter. What's going on today? Orbital turn. So our next pair of engines, they're third of their fuel left, so we're still doing good. Our main engine, of course, is absolutely full. This is full as well because we're not using this. Our batteries, of course, are absolutely full because we haven't used them anywhere yet. How's our orbit doing? It's reaching its halfway point, so about 52 kilometers now. I'll just leave this at 30 degrees for now, even though I guess I could go a bit lower, but I want to reach to that 100 kilometers fast. I guess I could do it a bit. Just go to 20 degrees maybe. Just like that. We're about to lose our last pair of engines, which is not a problem because we have a ton more fuel left. And it is gone. So let's get rid of those. Now our main stage is active. Like, with this design, there's more than enough fuel for I don't know what. Like, even if I have to dock, I leave the stage with like more than half fuel, because I don't want to be docking with this because it's very unmaneuverable because it is really heavy. So we're nearly at 100 kilometers, and there we go. I stopped just in time. Nearly overshot it. Let's add a maneuver to get a nice orbit. Can't really get a super nice orbit, of course. Let's just see this. We can adjust it later. Let's get to this for now, and it's gonna do us good enough. So let's turn towards the marker, at least try to, because I did forget RCS as I just said, and it might be a bit of a nuisance when it comes to maneuvering, but then again, we're not doing anything complicated, we're just putting this into orbit, so it doesn't matter. Let's warp time a bit until the node. We have to burn for 51 seconds, so I'll start burning at about 30 second mark. I think it will be good enough. So almost there. 30-second mark and I'll start burning. And let's go. With the nodes, like I really like to do, the burn time, you would want to space it out in between the node. So basically half of the burn time before the node and half after the node. That way you kind of make sure that you go as close to the node's assumed trajectory, which is this, as possible. So 30 more seconds burn. We're nearing the node itself. Bill looks terrified while Jebediah is just happy like no other Kerbin on the Kerbin. 15 more seconds burn. Okay, I don't want to look inside, I don't want to overshoot this thing now. Let's adjust our point a bit, just a bit. There we go. Okay, 4 more seconds. Really want to get, whenever you do a maneuver, you really want to get as close as possible. That's gonna be good enough. And you want to make sure you delete your maneuvers, because if you leave them, your map becomes a real mess, and once again, you don't really want to do that. So let's just quickly circularize our orbit to make it nice and circular at about as close as possible to 100 kilometers, both apoapsis and periapsis. So we're nearly at the apoapsis, and we need to turn the other way around because this is the retrograde, and we want to go prograde. This is at 92 at the moment, so we really have to go just slightly faster. Come on. It's a bit of a pain in the ass not to have RCS thrusters on, but it's fine. I knew I forgot something, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. And we are about here. I like to warp time just when I get there, so basically it freezes on that thing. But anyways, just go a bit more. Oops, overshot by 90 meters. But that's absolutely nothing in space sizes, and that's even a term. Well, it's a term now. It's a term in my series. The space size. It's sizes in space. Okay, so we're nearing our periapsis point, and we are facing retrograde, so that is absolutely perfect. And we want to get this 200 kilometers now. So, of course, I'm not going full thrust because I do not want to overshoot it one bit. Actually gonna warp time a bit just to get closer to my new periapsis here. And there we go. And just try to turn towards it. And there we go. Just burn a tiny bit more. 102 and 99. Most people would say that is good enough. That is not good enough for me. Actually, what is it now? 99.5 and 100.5. That is good enough. That is good enough. So there we go. We have a 100 kilometer orbit with our space module on. In it, actually not on it. That's the wrong term. We will get rid of this fuel because we do not need it anymore for nothing. Let's change our spacecraft because I believe we are centered on this at the moment. Oh no, we were not. We were centered on this. So let's right click here and control from here. And let me see if this is working just quickly. Okay, it was working. Just wanted to make sure. So there we go. We have our first module in space. Before I forget, I will extend this solar panels. I don't know what they're gonna add in the future in the game. I hope they're gonna add some cool stuff, but at the moment power doesn't seem to be much of a problem. Like, not many things use power, and the amount they do, like these solar panels would be like probably 100 times more than you need. Oh my god, look at Jebediah. He's ecstatic about this. He's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Where's the sun? There's the sun. I will rotate this so I would have this looking nicely at the artificial horizon. Just like this. And the solar panels can be right at there. So there we go. Let's extend our communications. 1 and 2. Oh my god, I just can't stop looking at Jebediah. He's like a little kid who just found something new. It's like, oh my god, why is this turning? Stop turning. Oh, I didn't notice I was holding an arrow button. And there we go, we have our communications up. They don't really do anything at this point of the game, but I'm sure they will. Let's see how the lights work. The lights work brilliantly. Now let me just quickly show you why we need the lights. Let's just warp to go to the dark side of the Kerbin. And just a bit more. Oh my god, look at Jebediah. Oh god. This is the happiest Kerbin in the universe. I can guarantee you that much. Okay, this is... I don't know if you're gonna see anything here, honestly. Probably you're not gonna see anything because I can barely make out the shapes of this thing. And I did happen to have to dock in these situations and it's absolutely horrible. You cannot see anything. Like, I can barely make out the contours of the module. So that's why I have the lights on. Turn the lights on. And there we go, you can see... Of course, you don't need to see the middle of the spaceship, you just need to see the docking ports. That's the most important part. And with the lights you can clearly see it. Now, I can undock this, but I'm not going to undock this yet because we have a lot of fuel in this thing and we might need it, so why waste a perfectly fine fuel tank? Who knows when we're gonna need it. So there we go, guys. We have our first module of the space station in the orbit. It's awaiting for a lot more modules to come, at least to fill all these gaps, which are 5 more modules. Next module we're gonna do is definitely gonna be the living habitats, because if you look at Bill Kerman, I don't think he's too comfortable sitting in this cramped up area. The Jebediah right there. Oh, that's what Jebediah is so happy. Kerman just stares at this ladder all day long, while if you look at Jebediah, he gets to see outside. Oh my god, look at this, look at this. Not much of a view at the dark side of the planetary body, to say technically, but still better than staring at the ladder all day. So there we go, we have our first module in space. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. All of these things are very welcome. And I will see you next episode. Bye bye.